Have to raise it a little bit so it's even with the end of, okay, drop. Hi, for this design challenge I had to build a satellite to orbit the moon, and the satellite had to fit inside an oatmeal container, and it had to carry a combination of different sensitive equipment and withstand a 1 meter drop in my classroom. And I got this from our assignment for Module 2 from the NASA handout, and I decided, looking at the materials and thinking about the constraints and doing a little Google research, that I would make mine a tiny little cubesat. And so here you see a picture of my cubesat. I learned about these. People are building them and launching them commercially, and some college engineering programs are building these and bidding or doing a design challenge of their own to launch them into space. So I gathered some materials. I didn't spend any money, and the city just sent us light bulbs, so the light bulb box was perfect. And I wondered at first, like, is this more of a glue challenge because you don't want equipment to fall off? Should it be bouncy? Should I get a parachute? Um, so I started to do the math and thought how great that would be to get our kids thinking about what engineers have to think about. And I calculated what I would need for mine, and I calculated what we needed for the questions asked for this design challenge, and thought that was really relevant and interesting. And then I got to work and sketched my little CubeSat, very, very simple. I added a straw for later because I wanted to do the next challenge really more than I wanted to do this drop test. But I will have to try that later. And then I predicted that it would roll and bounce and it hopefully would stay intact. And it did, it bounced. So here you'll see my test, 1 meter drop. And here you can see it in space. And then all in all, I didn't think this was very frustrating. I thought the planning was good for me because I usually just dive in and start making things and think later and fix it later. I wondered if I didn't have a glue gun, would it have been as successful? And if we had had to really weigh these, it would have been more frustrating because weighing in grams with the equipment that I have in my elementary school, that would have been a chore and a challenge. And although I personally wanted to do the next challenge, I could see measuring that and doing it in my classroom. It might have been frustrating for some children just with their dexterity to get it to work. But all in all, I thought this was a great challenge, and I look forward to looking at your projects too. Thanks.